AlexisMaurice and Mr.
Trei Hollywood.
And it is time for a new episode of the Weekly Wind-Up Live, okay? So this is when we come on Instagram Live and we just get to the talking, we get to the exchanging of ideas, all of that good stuff. So go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine. Tonight, I am drinking on some Apothic Cab. Trey, what are you drinking on?
Some Moscato.
Some Moscato. You and that ghetto Moscato. Lord have mercy, child. I need you to expand your palate just a little bit, okay?
Well, I have, but I just happen to want to drink Moscato.
Okay, that's real. Yeah, I ain't gonna
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Thank you.
Pull up a chair so we can discuss some of the latest hot topics. Now, you guys comment below and let us know what you're drinking on, if you're drinking on anything. Before we begin, make sure that you like this video, share it, all of that good stuff on all of your social media platforms. We're so glad that you guys are here with us. Now, let's talk about Monique, okay? Monique and DL Hughley. Let's talk about this whole back and forth. So what?
No, I say let's talk about it because you know, for me, comes someone who grew up. We grew up watching these individuals on television. And you know, I was always a big fan of Monique because she was on one of the biggest shows that we knew, Moesha, and then she went over to the Parkers, and so I knew her from those things. But just current years just been really draining. Monique has really been draining me. She's been pulling like my vibes, just stuff out of me. And so,
all right, so let's before we begin, let's go ahead and give everybody a backstory. Give them the backstory of what was happening or what's happening. So on May 28th in Detroit, Monique was actually a comedian at a show that was happening. She was supposed to be the headliner of the show. So for those of you who know, a headliner is the person who basically go as they're the biggest star of the actual show. Well, Monique, of course, said that she was the headliner. What we later found out is that when she got on stage, she let off this full-off assault on DL Hughley or whatever. She was upset because he was refusing to go on stage before her. We later found out that DL Hughley also said that he was the headliner for this particular show, and so therefore his contract said that he went or he's supposed to go last. So to keep the arguments down, Monique decided to go on stage, go ahead of him, and she basically let into his ass. She called him down low or whatever, said that, he was one of the down low brothers, and just basically called him a punk, ass bitch and all kind of stuff like that for that. The feud spewed over into social media because DL Hughley basically responded to Monique, and he basically said, Tyler Perry, you said Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne the God was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else. It is you.
At this point,
in addition to that, DL said that he too had a contract that said that he was the headliner. And he proceeded to show his contract. Monique showed her contract. And it was just a bunch of going back and forth on Instagram. Some people felt that Monique went too far because she then brought in something with DL's daughter. There was some accusations, or it was...
Hold on, Maurice, you're going too far. You're going too far. Hold on. You're going too far.
She said that at some point, DL did not believe his daughter when she came and told him that she was sexually assaulted by one of his friends, okay? So, Monique is doing all of these stunts and shows on social media. Trey, what do you think about all of this?
Let's just go back. Let's just go back to the whole, let's start with the whole headlining situation. Who is the headliner? For me, I feel like in this industry, in this community, the Black community, that we're supposed to be able to be supportive of one another, right?
Right.
And like DL Hughley said, at this point, it's this person's fault. At this point, it's Precious' fault too. Because goddamn it, everybody wrong except for Monique.
Precious, why you let that bitch knock at my goddamn door?
You're so fucking stupid.
Why you let that come to my house?
But I just think that if it got to the point of when you're on stage, if you're the headliner or you're not the headliner, and you've been around DL Hughley for years. Y'all done, the queens of comedy, the kings of comedy. why would you get on stage and even make that the topic of discussion? Why would it even be that important where you feel like you had to be bigger than DL Hughley and bring this up where you feel like you are the headliner and DL Hughley is beneath you? Of course, y'all might be close in net worth, but y'all both are stand-up comedians at this point, right?
So let me ask you a question. Who do you believe is the bigger star? Do you believe Monique is the bigger star, or do you believe DL is the bigger star?
So for me, I try not to go based on accolades because one thing, people give awards to people who should not receive awards, in just my opinion. In certain instances, in certain situations. For example, when Denzel Washington won his Oscar for Training Day, that was the same year that Will Smith was nominated for Ali, and I feel like Ali should have won. Monique winning her Oscar, I don't think it makes her bigger than DL Hughley, but I feel like Monique has done more things in the industry that we can relate to more than DL Hughley. So I feel like Monique would be the bigger star.
But DL Hughley has had a TV show.
Hold on, wait. Let me say this.
Monique is a comedian. DL is a comedian.
Hughley, yes. But this is my thing, and this is why I say this is I think about that when I think about the current thing. So Monique, I feel like, is the bigger person, but I feel like DL Hughley has been doing this consistently for the past couple of years. Monique
So you feel that Monique was out of pocket for what she did?
Absolutely. You're just getting your foot back in the damn door with these people, and your ass want to get up here and act stupid on stage in front of all these folks. Absolutely. She out of pocket.
I think the thing with Monique is, I feel that, her gripe should not be with DL Hughley. Now, we don't know, because according to DL, they didn't even talk to each other behind stage. So it could have been their people talking to each other, one saying the other one was refusing, hopefully that one person was going to concede. I think the issue needed to be with the people who was throwing the event, the damn promoter, because the promoter deceived both of them. He gave both of you guys a contract that said that you were the headliner and or that you were actually going to be the last person going as well too. But I think this is a perfect example, is when you have a whole bunch of people who are talking on your behalf and everybody is talking, but nobody is listening to what
her husband, her fucking husband. Oh, he irks my nerves.
So good. I'm glad that you brought that up. Do you really believe that Monique's husband is the problem? Because Whoopi said it. Whoopi Goldberg said it on The View once before, that your husband, boo, is the one who be doing all of this and doing all of that, and he don't know what the hell he be talking about. They got on that live, and the husband was behind her yickety yak. I'm all for a husband and wife standing together, but at some point, I'm kind of with DL. If your husband is the golden thread in all of these disputes and all of these altercations that you have, girl, maybe you need to take a moment to look at your husband. What do you think, Frank?
Because he's always there. You know what? The funny thing about it is that we never see her husband unless it's something going on that's bad. When she posting videos of her working out,
and when she throwing that big ass all in the background and sucking them titties everywhere, girl.
He is literally the problem. He is a huge problem, because anytime that she's doing a video, when she's talking about stuff that's going on, where she's in it with someone or going at it with someone, he's literally right here behind her. I don't need no husband who's gonna be behind me puppeteering me. Like, she's literally his puppet. Like, when they addressed Vivica A. Fox and she was talking about Vivica and he back there talking about Vivica, who, motherfucker, we know who the fuck Vivica is. We know who Vivica A. Fox is. Don't play Vivica, because Vivica will clap back.
She definitely.
If Vivica was smart, Vivica would have had some shirts made and said Vivica who. baby, I'm all about the marketing, baby. Vivica who. She should have got some shirts. But yeah, I think that her husband is a huge problem, and he's her manager. And
I just think it's one of those things where, Monique has to really, she's already been viewed in a certain light, when it came to, being labeled difficult to work with, her husband being labeled difficult to work with and things of that nature. I think she has to be a little bit more careful. I love the fact that she's vocal. I love the fact that she speaks up, but it's sometimes in your delivery. She tried to come back and say, oh, well, I was just joking. Now you want to be all soft, DL. It was jokes. I can't believe you getting, you getting soft on me. No, Monique girl. No. The way that you was delivering them jokes, honey, you was real pissed off about that.
Maurice,
you are pissed off about that. What about one of the viewers said Kevin Hunter 2.0? Exactly. That's exactly who came to mind. Even when you think about NeNe and Wendy Williams, they seem to be good, but when Kevin Hunter was in the mix or whatever, it was always some confusion or something going on there.
So one of the viewers, Monique Courtney, said, and I want you to maybe respond to this. She said, and what's the tea with the husband? What's his deal? What do you feel like his deal is?
Well, listen, I'm not one to try to put that label on people, but what the streets be saying, what they saying, girl, is he is one of the girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how you doing? They're saying that. I don't know any of that to be true. It's allegedly. Don't come trying to slap us with no lawsuits.
Right, no defamation of character.
Somebody on here, girl, they tried to threaten with their little legal action.
Yeah,
but I go to law too, bitch.
Fuck him. He won't pull up. He won't pull up.
But that's what they said. The tea is that he's, how you doing? Or whatever the case may be. And then I think at one point they were talking about them having an open marriage some years ago and things of that particular nature as well, too. Monique, please don't dig yourself into another hole. We don't want that. I am so excited to see you in this upcoming Lee Daniels movie, which I think I have a friend, I think he's the art director. He's the lead art director on the movie. I think they just started shooting it. She's going to be on some of 50 Cent shows. Monique, don't mess this up, girl. We're all rooting.
No. Wait. You are rooting for her. Baby, I don't want no part. I don't want no part.
You don't want no part of Monique. Monique is a phenomenal comedian, phenomenal actress, or whatever. I'm so glad that this chapter sort of kind of is over, but I don't want her opening up no new chapters, Trey.
Did you see what the comments are? They're telling us that they actually have an open relationship. So, that's news to me. I didn't know that. Well, he need to close his mouth and just have an open relationship.
Speaking of relationships, someone who is no longer having a relationship is Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. So it's been reported that these two have officially broken up. She has scrubbed Michael B. Jordan from her entire Instagram account, and he was recently seen out at one of the NBA Finals games by himself, I think sitting Celtics courtside or whatever the case may be. Now, here's the thing with Lori Harvey. What's being said is that the reason allegedly that they're breaking up is because Michael B. Jordan wants something a little bit more serious. Like he's looking for marriage, because if you remember his previous girlfriend, I think they were on the way to marriage as well too. But he wants to kind of, make this thing official. But we know Lori Harvey, on the other hand, is one who, she likes the boys, honey. And I'm not trying to slut shame her. I ain't trying to say any of that stuff. But
right. Because that's not what we do.
Now, Lori Harvey has been linked to a couple of people in the past. Trey Songz, a Dutch soccer player, Memphis Depay, Justin Combs, and his daddy, Diddy, Future, and now Michael B. Jordan. So, Trey, do you think there's a double standard in the industry where women can't kind of hop around from men to men like men can hop around from women to women? Do you think there's a double standard here?
I don't necessarily think that men can hop around than women to women. I mean, they say that it's easier or it's what men do, and if a woman does it, she's considered a hoe. But technically, if you are with someone and you're with them from even like 6 months or whatever the case may be, and you're with them, and you break up with them, and then 3 months later you get with somebody else, does that make you a hoe? That just means that you didn't work out with that person. So my thing is, and I feel like this is where I'm gonna go with it, because I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be respectful of each party.
Why do you have to be respectful? No, say what you want to say. Say what's on your heart. Say what you think,
I just feel like it's easier for us to say, let's give this woman a pass, let's give her a pass, because you know what? Maybe this guy didn't do something right. He's 35, she's 25, so there's a 10-year gap. Obviously, we know that he's looking to settle down, really have a full relationship. I think it's very unfortunate because, a lot of people, younger people, say that Lori and Michael B. Jordan were relationship goals. We saw them doing this, and they were a great couple. I just think that it's kind of fucked up because, you kind of go through this whole situation. If you get into a situation, a relationship, and you know what you're looking for. That person, you already know what that person is looking for. Why even continue to do it? Because you're going to be to change a person. You can't change somebody.
That's true. Now, Trey, if you ain't said nothing else, you said something there. Because I think a lot of times people get with people, okay, well, they said they're not ready for this, but I can change their mind.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right. I'm going to give them some good dick, so maybe they'll change. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm going to give them some of this good cat or whatever, and then I'm going to have him whipped, and so I can make him my man. Oh, well, let me go ahead and get pregnant real quick. Let me get this baby, so maybe he'll stay with me. You're absolutely right. I think a lot of times people do try to change people, but that doesn't always happen.
Men can hip dip and do, but when a woman takes control of her romantic power, it's a travesty. I don't know if it's really taking power, because obviously she's been with different men, and we've seen her with different men, and so it's kind of like the whole Monique situation. If it wasn't Trey Songz, and if it wasn't this person, if it wasn't Diddy or Diddy's son, if it wasn't Harvey, then if it wasn't Michael B. Jordan, obviously, baby, it's you. It's you. Or
no, maybe it's not her. Maybe it's just that girl knows what she wants. She's not interested in anything serious or whatever. She likes, the company of a man. There's nothing wrong with loving and enjoying the company of a good man or whatever, especially if he's meeting and satisfying all of your needs. But it does seem like, Laura's kind of like, okay, I'm bored. Let me move on to the thing. And then people kind of want to label her like a hoe or something like that because she does that. But people don't do that for men. That's what I'm saying. So is there a double standard? Future can sleep with all of these people and have all of these babies or whatever. Look
at Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon.
We're gonna get to Nick Cannon in a minute. He's on the docket as well too. We're gonna get to that. But
I think that I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. How do we know that Michael B. Jordan is not a fuck nigga? How do we know that he ain't somebody who we think he is? What if he is something else?
That ain't what I asked you, Trey. We're not going down that.
I already answered that. I said
about Lori Harvey. Listen to the question. Is it a double standard, boy?
No, I do not think it's a double standard.
It's not a double standard. Well, you brought up, let's move on to another topic. You brought up Nick Cannon. My mind is blown right now. I think Di's on here. He was on here. Di and I were having a conversation about this on Memorial Day, and I wanted to talk about this with you guys. So Nick Cannon is expecting yet another child, okay? And not just another child. Allegedly, it's up to 3 that he's expecting at this very same time or whatever. He said that he was recently on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service, and he basically talked about how, after the loss of his child, he was going through this whole celibacy thing, but he was depressed, all of this good stuff, and then he just went fucking like crazy, of course, around Christmas time. His words, not mine. And so now he has 3 kids, allegedly, that he's expecting. Nick already has how many kids now? 6?
Wait, so he's expecting 3 currently right now?
Correct. 3 kids that's going to be due at the same time, allegedly. He did confirm that he is expecting children, but he said he's not even sure really how many are going to be coming at the same time, child.
Maybe we gonna be out of stock. You talking about gas prices going up, Pampers prices going to go up because of fucking Nick.
Well,
all these kids going to be around the same age.
They say Nick Cannon and Kiki Wyatt is the reason we got a baby formula shortage because they keep having these kids. But Trey, let me ask you a question. All jokes aside, do you think it's responsible? Like, do you think it's a good idea for Nick Cannon to be laying it low and spreading it wide to anybody that's out there? Because he has, 2 sets of twins and some other babies as well, too. He has a lot of kids. I think he's going to be having up to 9 kids, if not 10, when these next alleged 3 are born. Do you think it's responsible for him as a black man to really do this?
So I was actually having this conversation with a group of friends, 2 friends of mine, and we were just having the whole banter effect of, Nick is sick. He has lupus, and, it could be that he's doing this to live on his name. He could be doing this to help benefit maybe his health issues. I think it's not the appropriate term to say that he's being irresponsible because he knows what he's doing. You know, he's laying down with these women, he's creating these babies, he's doing it for whatever mentally reason he's doing it for himself. I think you get into the fact of irresponsible when you say that he's maybe just sleeping around with different people and just accidentally having babies.
But is
Maybe,
that not what he's doing, though? He's sleeping
you are
around with a lot of different people.
If you are financially able to take care of them kids, NeNe, Nick, you do what you got to do. But you and Kiki Wyatt, if y'all don't sit the fuck down somewhere and stop having all these babies, because I swear.
See, I guess for me is, I understand what you're saying. You're right. At the end of the day, in the beginning of the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, this is Nick's business. If he can afford it, you know, then by means go ahead and do it. But I guess my thing is, I would see if Nick had the same baby mama. But he has multiple baby mamas. And it's not like, I think Di said this, it's not baby like mama. They're all living on a baby compound together. They're not living together. So, you know, at some point, having all of those different energies, all of those different households, I don't know, it just seems a little irresponsible to me. I feel like everyone is giving Nick a pass because of the fact that he is a celebrity and he got a whole bunch of money. And since he got a whole bunch of money, he can afford all of these kids. But we don't always know what the future holds or whatever. Any other time when we've seen on Iyanla and we've seen a viral pictures recently that went out, I think on Mother's Day, where this dude had like 30-something kids or whatever, and people were dragging him or whatever. So I don't know if it's the right thing to do, because I just feel like at some point, one kid or their mother may feel like, well, they don't have access to the father. Some may feel favoritism. I don't know. It just seems a little excessive to me. And
somebody said he should actually buy a community so he can have all them together. Love it. Leandra says that he can afford the kids. His net worth is $20 million. So I mean, you know, it's a lot, but it's not a lot. I mean, if you think about it, you know,
right. But just because he can afford them, then it's okay to just go out there and just have all these damn babies with all these different women's and all.
Let me ask you this, Maurice. Why isn't it okay? Who is he harming? Who is he actually harming by having these kids with these women?
I think one of the it could be harmful, like I said, in the life of a child. Nick seems like he would be a fantastic father, but having all of those kids spread out everywhere, he may not be able to be there all the time when certain things are happening or whatever. You know, you may have a situation where one kid may feel favoritism over the other, you know, whatever, you know, I don't know. It just seems like.
But do we know if he is going into these, making these babies with these women for those women rather than just actually for them? Because it could be actually he's having these babies with these women because they need a donor. They need somebody to have a baby. And so instead of actually having a relationship with somebody, they might want to be a single mom. That might be a contract he might be signing to say, you know, I'm going to be a single mom.
Please, you know, Nick is taking care of these women and their babies. He's taking care of all of them or whatever. So I just feel like, you know, there could possibly be abandonment issues that, you know, that
no, I don't think this
point in time.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to respond to this.
Being a good father is more than just providing or giving money. It's about being there. It's about being present. It's about teaching things of that particular nature. And I also feel he's relying on these women to kind of do the majority of the carrying and things of that particular nature. So I don't know. I'm just a little indifferent about him having all of these kids. I just think it's somewhat socially irresponsible. I'm not saying that he's a bad father, but how good of a father can you be when you have so many different kids in so many different households being pulled in all types of directions?
So there was a comment saying, do we think that this is in any way messing with the reputation of Mariah Carey? I don't believe it does. It's not going to play any part in her life. Mariah Carey right now is trying to deal with a lawsuit of a man who's trying to sue her for a Christmas song that she's been doing for 30 years. Like, you know, so
I think
that's what Mariah Carey is focused on.
Mariah Carey is the first lady of Nick Cannon's Wives Club. Like, she's the first lady. I believe that if we were talking about this, I believe that if he closes his eyes, I would hope that, you know, she kind of takes the lead and be the head mother, the queen mistress, or whatever she's going to be.
Right.
She'd be that person. But I don't think it has any bearings on her. I would be interested, though, to see how she feels about Nick having all of these other kids, because at some point, as one of his baby mamas / ex-wife, I mean, as her being the first, don't you think she should be the one kind of fostering some type of relationship to cultivate with all of the kids?
Nah.
Or whatever the case may be. You don't think so?
No. Since we're thinking about mothers, let's go ahead and talk about another mother. A mother of reality TV.
Who? NeNe Leakes?
Miss NeNe Leakes. Yes. Let's talk about Miss NeNe Leakes.
Let's talk about NeNe Leakes.
Let's talk about NeNe. Go ahead. I'll let you.
NeNe is being sued by her Liberian African boyfriend's ex-wife or whatever. So news broke that NeNe's boyfriend's ex-wife or wife, because I think that he's still married, legally, is now suing NeNe for up to $100,000 for what they call an alienation of affection, which is something that is legally possible or obtainable in up to 7 states in the United States. So basically, this woman is saying that she suffered emotional distress, mental anguish, and a loss of affection because of the pictures that started circulating with NeNe and her new boyfriend. Now, NeNe has, of course, gone aloud and said she didn't steal no man from nobody. Ain't nobody got time to be stealing no man and nothing from nobody else. But when you heard this, Trey, what do you think about this whole lawsuit?
Now, you know what I thought.
What you thought?
Close your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men.
But did NeNe know that the man was married?
Close your legs to married men. NeNe, how you gonna be known for one of the most popular sayings to the Black community? And you is the one.
Close your legs to married men.
And you the one that's sleeping, laid up, creeping with a married man. You know, it was funny to me because I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, shit, look how it comes back and bites you on the ass. For years, you dragged Kim Zolciak for being with a married man, and here you are with a married man. I think it's really interesting because, you know, when Greg passed away, rest in peace, you know, we all thought, man, NeNe is with another guy already. Like, it happened quick. And I think we even talked about it some episodes back. And I was just like, really like, okay, well, here we go. We're about to go through a cycle. Maybe this is a storyline preparing for something, you know. Maybe we're about to get some type of storyline where she's about to maybe her own show, or she's about to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But I really thought that it was kind of interesting to me how she was going through the situation, and she was known for telling Kim to close her legs to married men. It was quite humorous to me. I actually had heard. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You know, what do you think about someone being able to sue her for their husband stepping out on them or whatever the case may be? Do you think that's like you should be able to sue the person or whatever?
I feel like the unfortunate situation is, and I feel like it only happens when it's a celebrity or someone who has money. I don't think it's something that happened with us basic folks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
Well, I'm not basic. Please don't call me basic. I'm not basic.
Yeah. Okay, let me not put you in a box. My bad. My bad. Let me not put you in a box. It don't happen with us common folks. Is that better?
I'm not common either. I'm extraordinary.
Uncommon.
Extraordinary.
It don't happen with you. Okay, so if you was to sleep with a married man, the person probably will come try to fight you. They ain't even thinking about suing. You know what I'm saying? You know. They're not going to think about suing. So I think that when you're in this situation and there's somebody who is of celebrity status, then yes, I feel like that is something that's automatic. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see if I can sue because you're famous. You have money. Like, you broke up my home. You came into my home and slept with my man. But why did it take so long? Because they didn't just get together.
They've been together since I think they went public like December of last year, right?
So then why you just sue?
November, December of last year. So it just sounds like it's someone who's a little bitter or whatever, that things didn't possibly work out between her and her husband. And maybe NeNe knew, but NeNe did go to Instagram and she posted a thing on her story that says, yours, mine's, ours. Right. So by her saying that, to me, I don't know if she should have did that because it's almost like it's some type of admission of guilt that, yes, he's your husband. He's now mine. So now
he's ours.
Have him. or whatever. So even though it was a cute shade, girl, it was cute. I don't know if that was probably going to be the best thing for NeNe.
I think the best thing to do, I think the best way to probably do it if you wanted to do that was maybe just do a video with that song playing, not with him in the video and then you making that the word. Yeah, well, you never heard Hours and Hours? Yours, mine, ours. Really?
Who sings the song? You don't know, child. So don't sit here and try to
do know.
Don't you sit here and try to make it seem like, oh, you don't know that, and you don't even know who sang the song. You can't.
Oh no, I know who sang the song. I know who sang the song, but it's been all over social media. It's been all over the radio. Well, you're gonna listen to the radio, probably.
What's been all over is legs and
body. No, but I think that probably, but no, I think that probably would have been the best way for her to do. But you have to hear the song. It's a great song. What is her name? Money. No, money.
If y'all know the song, please comment and down below.
Can y'all tell me if y'all know Hours and Hours? Thank you. See, boom, somebody. There you go.
I ain't never heard that song. I'm gonna have to go listen to it.
I'm gonna play it for you right now.
No, don't play it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. But no,
I think and what I heard recently is that I guess that because wow, it must be tipsy. I think that because this lawsuit is happening, I heard that actually, I don't know if this is because the lawsuit is happening, but NeNe is supposedly selling her $2.5 million apartment in Atlanta.
I didn't even know she had an apartment in Atlanta.
I didn't know either. I thought she had the house and whatever.
I don't think selling it ain't got nothing to do with that situation.
She might know she needed a little coinage because she got a little lawsuit about to happen. So she might need a little coinage for the situation.
Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with NeNe. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I do not love her, but she definitely needs to be on reality TV. Like NeNe needs to be on somebody's TV, so they need to do what they need to do to get NeNe back on TV. But with this
I don't know about Atlanta. I don't know about Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she definitely does need to be on somebody's reality TV.
All right, folks, we want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Weekly Wind-Up Live. We hope that you enjoyed it. Again, like this video, we will share it, of course, on YouTube. So definitely go back and watch it another time. And we will see you next time that we go live. Thank you guys so much for watching. Holla at y'all later.
Appreciate y'all.